Hello everyone, this is Cody from the Rancor's Brothel, and as you may have noticed already, this episode is over 2 hours long. We've never done this before, but this is an entire evening's recording crammed into one episode. We did this because this was sort of a turning point. We've been building to a lot of things in Curse of Strahd so far, and we've kind of set up a few powder kegs, and a match was lit this time. So we want to see what you guys think. We kind of went back and forth, debated. I even debated while editing this whether or not it should be one episode or two. In the end, the group decided to see what you guys thought. We wanted to give you the entire experience beginning to end, the highs and the lows. I know most of you won't be able to listen to it all in one part, and that's fine. But we're just curious what you think. Should we be doing this on special occasions, or do you absolutely hate it? We'd really like your feedback. So if you get a chance, hop on over to Facebook, send us a message, send us an email at betweentwocrits@gmail.com. Let us know what you think once you get all the way through. Like I said, it was sort of a special night of gaming, lots of surprises, lots of storylines suddenly coming together. Anyway, I don't want to waste any more time since we're already taking up 2 hours of your time, but just let us know what you think. And while you're at it, give us a 5-star review on iTunes and share with your friends. Much love, everybody.
The Rancor's Brothel presents The Curse of Strahd.
Hello, everybody.
Yep.
You just missed a half episode's worth of argument over where we're going, so you're welcome. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a while for us. Life gets in the way, as it normally seems to do. So, did you guys decide what you want to do?
We're going to Krezk, right?
That was Valaki. Anyway, either way, you guys need to leave the Vishtani camp. The woods, I mean, obviously this hill rises up upon which the Vishtani camp and the Dusk Elf houses are. But once you come down from that hill, you actually have to walk through, I'd have to look on it, but you walk through some maps for an amount of time. Some 15, 20 minutes. 20 minutes to kind of meander your way through the woods. You get back to the Svalich Road. The sun is not high in the sky. It's not, we'll say it's 5-ish. Sure, let's call it 5-ish. That at least gives you guys some daylight to do things with.
What season is it? It's fall, isn't it? It's late fall going into winter.
It's Ravenloft. It sucks.
So it'll be dark in 1 hour, 2 hours?
I'm going to say, is there even a sun that we can know that there's a rising
Well,
fall?
I mean,
there's still the haze.
There is, if you could see the sun through the haze and the oncoming mist and the rain, it would be there. But, it is what it is.
I think I saw this one. Are the vampires getting the direct sunlight? Are they sparkly?
No, it's not. It's dead. No.
Okay.
Go.
Not really sure you're out of my house.
You say go as if there isn't a Twilight book on the bookshelf directly behind you.
That's true. You can go see where the bookmark where my wife left it. I bet it's in the 10th or 12th page. Because my wife doesn't read books.
Now who's the misogynist?
Nope, just a fact. She doesn't read books.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say can't. My bad.
Yes.
Even then, it could just be a fact.
It's entirely possible.
More of a sad
She only reads in pictographs, dummy.
That's where there's comic art in the walls.
Absolutely.
Pretty pictures.
To be fair, she hasn't read any of the comics that are hanging on the wall. She likes them for the pretty pictures.
So, Ravenloft.
Yeah, it's misty and, shitty and kind of like London, cold. So as the sun hangs behind the mist and low to your west, you get back to the Svalich Road. The Svalich Road obviously leads east into Valaki and west to parts unknown. In fact, Kretz is to the west. In case anyone forgot.
Is there a warrior who's ultimate in those parts unknown?
There are rumors of him, anyway.
That tickled me just right. Thank you.
R.I.P.
As you get back onto the Svalich Road, perception checks.
I don't remember any of my
I saw it.
Jeff saw it. He doesn't even have his glasses on, and he saw it. There's one crit already for the night.
19.
13.
12.
So
And that was on my new Easy Roller Dice die.
nice. So, Davun and the monk, you both smell smoke, and you're pretty sure you hear screams.
Awesome. From which direction?
That would be the direction of Valaki as opposed to the Ultimate Warrior direction.
Okay. I'm sorry.
There goes our plan.
Pretend, listeners, suspend disbelief for a moment. Pretend it's been a month or two since we played. Valaki is the town that we left.
Yes.
Okay.
Valaki's at
I killed Lucas.
I have a cough. It's not fair.
Valaki is sort of the place where we've been hanging out for like the last 6 months of in real
Right.
time. Yeah.
Well, there's a point when you're in a place in this game where you stop thinking of it as Valaki or just Indianapolis, and you start thinking of it as here. You know, so I haven't repeated the word Valaki in my head very much. So
yes,
apologize.
you believe you hear screams and you smell smoke.
Guys, I hear screams at Valaki. I smell smoke.
Yeah, the dwarf's already taken off.
Can we see the smoke in the air?
I am lawful neutral, not good. I just wanted to inform everybody.
So am I.
All are?
Chaotic neutral, thank you.
So Davun just
I'm
apparently
working on good.
sets off running towards town as the monk begins his explanation.
I think the little fellow smells it as well.
Let's roll.
I'm assuming you're all going.
I want to split the party and,
A little reluctantly.
So you all take off running. It doesn't take you long to catch Jeff. He has short legs.
And
I said, there's just part
We're
of
also
the job
faster
so we
than
don't
him.
outpace him.
Yeah. It's you're definitely a measured run. You notice that as you get there, the gates are unguarded.
Open.
Yes.
Let's go in. I am holding my sword and ready to fight whatever's attacking.
I want to survey the situation before I make a rash decision.
I'm not going to attack anything until I need to. Thank you. I'm just saying I'm ready to fight something that attacks me.
That's
Okay,
pretty
are-
action.
Are we hearing anything more than screams? Is there any?
No, it seems to be. I mean, you're starting to hear cries now. I mean, you're starting to hear. You definitely all hear. You all smell smoke. You all hear cries. You still think it is some distance away. But you can see. I mean, human beings can see quite a ways. Perception check, Matt. Since the monk asked about it.
20. Unnatural.
Okay, you definitely see it. So the road sort of, as it comes in from the west, it sort of, it goes straight for a little bit and then snakes a little north, twists, hits the T where it heads north to the lake, and then goes back out the other side, towards, Castle Ravenloft and everything, on the other side of the valley. You see, and I mean, you all see it, it's impossible to miss. There is a giant building on fire. In fact, fully involved. Probably ready to collapse at any moment. You all will recognize it in a moment, but in the instant the monk recognizes that is in fact the Valakovich home.
The Barons?
Yes, that'd be the Baron Valakovich.
Okay, that wasn't us.
Where do
right?
we leave Arena? Just real quick, out of game.
Not there.
At the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, with the Mardikovs.
The blue
Not sorry. Try not to cuss so much. Crap nuggets. It's the Baron's house.
So what would you guys like to do?
That wasn't us, right?
I will, as lawfully neutral as possible, start running towards the Baron's home.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will yell, "Somebody check Arena! Find Arena!" And then I go to help put out the fire with my superior speed.
Okay.
Do I see any unattended horses along the way or anything?
It's what he would do. It's not a gameplay move.
Probably. Make me a... What would that even be?
What?
I've been playing Delta Green for like the last 3 weeks now, so
Yeah,
I'm
there's
like,
no luck rolls.
I'm like, make me a luck roll. That's not there. He can make me an alertness roll. That's not there. Shit.
What are you trying to do?
There's a perception. I don't
What
know.
was your question?
Are there any unattended horses along the
How
way?
unattended would you like them to be?
Not one on it.
I want
Something I could grab and get to the scene faster.
Absolutely. Yes, that exists.
Okay.
Just
Then
yell
I am-
really loud that you're commandeering this horse in the name of the king or something.
I'll bring it right back!
Okay, so you steal a horse?
My character yells, "Hey, that a**hole stealing a horse!"
And I'm getting to the scene.
Okay, you're getting
You're
to the
getting
scene.
to the house? To the Baron's house?
Yes.
Scene? Okay. So you're going
Is everybody going with us, or is somebody splitting off to check on Arena?
I'll run to go see if Irena's still safe.
Okay.
My geography's off a little bit here, but we'll just keep going. Town of Valaki apparently has shifted since the last time I looked at this map. So you guys are heading into town. No, that's what I did. I moved his house. Okay. This was intentional. No one who ever reads a scenario go by what the map actually is.
This is why we aren't allowed to have maps.
Yes, actually, because you guys did a thing, and so I moved a building so that it was more fortuitous to do a thing.
Because we broke the thing?
Maybe. Maybe the Baron suddenly needed to live somewhere else so you guys could find a certain person instead of him running off with her into the wilderness to do terrible, horrible things to her for yeah, I just couldn't live with myself with that one. Anyway, so the Baron's house is on the edge, so you'll see the Baron's house. You ride up to the Baron's house. Who would get there fast? You're quick though.
He's on
He's a
horse,
speed
though.
of 40, and I would be double time running. Right?
How fast
So
is a
speed of
horse?
80.
He's got to go and get the horse and then get on the horse and then ride the horse. Speaking of which, is there a ride check in this game?
Animal handling, isn't it?
Yep.
Isn't that what you gotta use?
Yeah. So if you'd like to go any more than... If you'd like to push the horse, I'll need an animal handling roll. Otherwise, I'd say you can... You're awful short, though. You're going to require an animal handling roll just because you're short. Because you can't quite kick it in the ribs where it's used to being kicked.
You more tickle it.
Troy's impression of a joyful horse is the best.
Okay. Normal riding horse speed is 60.
Yes. No, you will definitely outpace him. I just feel like we need an animal handling roll to see that you get the horse going in the right way and how quickly it happens. You'll get it sooner or later, but it's just a question of...
Okay, I'll cast guidance.
Oh, of course you will.
Cantrip.
Hell yeah. 17.
Okay. So you two are standing around. You see the monk take off, sort of, you're not, you will approach Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon levels shortly, but at the moment it's just like, Usain Bolt. He's taking off, and as he's taking off, you guys see the dwarf run over, pull the leads out of some guy's hand, miraculously leap onto this horse and charge and chase him down. You guys are basically neck and neck at breakneck speed.
I feel like standing on top of the horse.
I feel like there was somebody bending down, messing with the shoe, and he just jumped on the back and onto the back.
I like that.
Ran up some crates and
There you go.
pulled the horse along.
My horse! It takes off. You guys are shortly behind. You guys,
I'm heading to the tavern.
are you gonna? You can move through the back streets and probably get there on a more straight path.
Whatever, I'm double timing. Excuse me, double timing. Whatever, no.
Because if you all stay on the main road, you're all going to pass the house. Okay, I'm just asking. You could meander your way around
Whatever
and
the
try and
quickest way
avoid
to
it.
get there is, I'll take it.
Okay.
I'm going with him.
Okay. So you two are doing that.
What's your speed? Are you 30?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you guys
what
should
do
be
we
the
get
same
then?
speed. You guys begin to move. You all will sort of pass. They'll get there first. You guys will be a few steps behind them. You guys see that the Baron's house is just heat and flame. As you get there, no one appears to be really putting it out. There are a couple of people standing around. Some towns workers, like a miller and a couple of others, and they're just sort of looking at it. Oh my gods, what has happened? What do we do? Blah, 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 etc., etc. Matt, you probably see it first because Davun would have to get unentangled from the horse. You see that there does appear to be a body face down outside the home.
Then that's what would draw my attention, so I run to it.
Okay.
Trying to revive, shaken awake. What do I see?
You see the body of an older female laying in a pool of blood in the dirt.
Do I feel a pulse?
Nope.
She feel warm?
Yeah, still warm.
Not fire warm, but like dead warm.
Yeah. Like, if the person were this warm, you'd be very, very worried about them. Like, she's cooling off.
Okay. I just examine cursory as fast as possible where blood came from.
Well, are you pushing on the body itself and kind of prying and prodding it?
Well, you said she's face down. And
Yes.
do I see a wound on top?
You do, actually.
Okay.
You see about 15 of them.
Okay.
They seasoned her.
Are
They seem-
stabby?
They seem a little shallow, though.
How big are the wounds?
Lengthwise. Like, they're width-wise a few inches. They're not slashes. They're definitely stabs.
Okay.
Would you like to roll her over to examine her
sure.
fully? As you roll her over, you see it's clearly the Baroness. And you realize that the shallows ones were shallow because the entry wounds were on the other side. You see huge gouges in her abdomen and in her stomach, and it looks like it was pushed and twisted and pushed and twisted. So there's at least, well, there may have been only 15 shallow exit wounds. There's probably 17 or 18. I mean, it's gore. If anyone but you had discovered the body, you would probably be making a roll because it is f***ing savage.
In my study of death, can I tell what weapon was used exactly?
Given the mess on the inside, give me a some sort of knowledge roll, like a history probably, or a biology roll.
Medicine?
Medicine I would also take.
Okay.
Something relatively intelligence-y.
11.
You would think any piercing weapon would be able to do this. It was probably something short. You imagine that whatever was being pushed all the way up to the hilt. And if it was a long sword or something and it was going clear through the soft meaty bits,
would have been bigger.
Yes. Okay. This is something that is probably
like a dirk.
Yeah, torso width or less.
Okay.
And her face looks horror-stricken. She seems to have defensive wounds on her hands. Rigor Mortis is not set in, but you can see that as you roll her over, I mean, she's clearly got her hands up to her face as if to protect herself. Blood drained from her face because most of it is oozed out of the, center of her stomach, and she is utterly horrified.
And what do I believe, as, again, a person that studies death, the time of death was? Like, how long has she been down?
Hour and a half, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe less. I mean, you rolled an 11, so you couldn't pinpoint a time of death for sure. But it's not been long. It was recent.
Then I just, as a person that studies death, says, your troubles are over now. And I stand up and survey the area looking, and I probably holler into the house, is there anybody in there or something? Is there anybody in there?
The house, I mean, at this point, you would have to be a madman to go in it. I mean, the house is gone. It's I don't know if you've ever seen... Yeah, I keep using the firefighter phrase, fully involved. But the idea is that you see fire in all windows and all doors, and the roof is completely engulfed. I mean, like, it's a bonfire at this point. Like,
okay. Do I see any blood trail on the ground?
There's blood everywhere.
But do I see it leading off as if somebody had stabbed somebody else 18 times and the wound was dripping?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, okay. You see it. I'll leave that for a minute because by now you definitely have dismounted from the horse if you desire. Davin, what would you like to do?
I will tie up the horse and follow him.
Okay, so you're standing at the corpse.
And I explained to him, it's the Baroness and she's been stabbed 94 times.
And there's no getting in the house.
I mean, you're gonna risk serious harm to do so.
I hope those cat things are dead. Oh, I guess they...
It's much worse than the coffin place when you had to wait out going there.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, the second floor was on fire.
That's true.
This looks like someone just...
The whole thing out.
Yes. The two of you come across this scene. Are you continuing on past them towards the Blue Water Inn?
Yeah, we're going to see if the arena's okay.
Okay, you guys sort of, and just keep on running.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, poopy nuggets.
Okay, is there anyone around? Onlookers?
Yeah, no, there's a small crowd.
The rest of the family?
You don't recognize any of the onlookers at all.
Okay.
You see a couple of women, a couple of children, a few men standing around. I mean, it's a diverse mixture of individuals and ages, but they all seem to be just shocked, especially once the monk rolls the body over. You got a couple of people now, turning and vomiting. One of the women screams and faints. Like, it's pretty brutal.
You guys in the corner puking his guts out.
Oh, because you want to save a couple of pennies.
Wee, wee. Here comes the meat wagon.
Oh my god! That's the greatest SNL movie ever made.
It really is. Okay.
I mean, would create water put out the fire, or is it just too far gone?
Create water makes like a gallon, doesn't it?
No, you can make it. You can make it rain and put out fires. Yeah, thank you for that. All three at once. That was great.
You just see him.
That's the somatic component.
I wish we were twitching right now. Like, people
You
would
just
see what we're doing.
You just take a couple of coins, a couple of coppers, and put them in your hand, and then all of a sudden it just starts. It takes you a bit to cast that, doesn't it?
No.
Is it an
It's
action?
an action.
It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, it's one action.
It wouldn't hurt. You would keep the fire from potentially blowing and spreading.
Yeah.
So if you did it, it wouldn't hurt. Put it that way.
Okay.
How much of an area does that cover?
I mean, he's only going to be able
The house is
15
huge,
square,
right?
15 square foot or something.
25 square foot, something like that. I mean, it's only going to put
30 foot cube.
That'd probably put out maybe a third to a half of the house. I mean, it would definitely help. It wouldn't hurt.
Can you move it once you have
No.
fire? Okay.
And it lasts for how long?
It pours down enough water to douse that area.
Oh, okay. You won't take it out entirely, but I mean, it's like throwing a bucket of water on a campfire. It does work.
You can do that a few times, though, right?
So what do I see now? There's just a douse
Yes,
area.
but if we're going to,
It's gonna.
if we're here and going to be sleeping, he's gonna get him back.
If we,
It's.
but if
I mean,
we don't
you
get a chance to. He doesn't know.
you've got steam. You've got smoke. It's still. I mean, you're seeing.
Do I see any smoldering body silhouettes? Anything?
Not yet. You're gonna have to let it rain for a bit. I mean, it's even though he is dousing it, it's not like he immediately dumps 10,000 gallons on it. It's gonna take a bit, and then still the fire's gonna lick the edges, and you definitely helped quite a bit. The two of you that keep on running, so Lestat and Pithur. So as you guys continue onward, perception checks.
15.
Unnatural 20.
You both see a crowd of individuals. The next sort of big section of town is St. Andrews. You see that there is a large sort of commotion in front of St. Andrews. There's a lot of people hollering and screaming and yelling.
No fire?
No fire. But they are sort of partially clogging the street a little bit. You would have to pass through the group, or you would need to kind of run around the block to
Does
get
it
away
appear
from
as if
it.
they're gathering around something?
Yeah, oh no, they're there to see something. At this distance, you can't see it.
What's going on?
You have thaumaturgy.
I do, but do you want to see what they're looking at?
We're looking to get arena.
Alright. So I just sort of thaumaturgy. Move! To get them out of the way.
Roll me a is there intimidation?
Yes.
Roll me intimidation with advantage.
14.
You definitely get the people that are sort of in your way out of your way. You don't stop whatever's going on, but you holy
Out of the way.
yeah, it's a demon and a giant getting out of the way. So they
Tag
move.
team back again.
As we run by, I mean, specifically looking for Irina. Do we maybe see her?
No, not that you can tell. You guys keep running. You gentlemen back at the building. Are you continuing onward, or are you going to stay there as it extinguishes?
Did anybody
Is that
see
something
anything?
Is that something you can leave?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
an instantaneous thing.
Okay. I think it was. My God, I think it was the Baron.
Which way did he go?
The Baron set the fire, or the Baron was in the fire?
No, I think he was cackling like a madman in the blood. My God, there was so much blood.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. There was a contingent of guards around him, and I think he headed east into valley, farther into the city.
What's east?
Directly east. You keep following the road, you would hit the church, and then you would hit the center of town, and then you would hit the stockyards and the toy maker and the coffin maker, and then you would be out of town.
Okay.
So you guys take off east then?
I'd say we would meet up with our compatriots.
Okay.
Let's grab the others and find them.
Okay.
You guys see sort of mass panic. It's not totally chaotic yet, but you guys have to sort of run through town center and then north. And as you guys run through, you see people pushing and fighting, and there's some arguments, and you see people look like they're getting ready to, pull daggers on each other and just being incredibly aggressive. And we're not, LA riots yet, but it looks like the population is incensed. You guys continue going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
Are we that far from the tavern? I thought it was closer than that for some reason.
No, it's all the way to the center of town and then a little bit farther north.
I didn't realize it was that far.
Did you ever dismount your horse?
Oh, yeah.
I figure I took it back when we started heading back to meet up with them.
Can I pick him up and carry him so we can run fast and get there?
That's why I'm on the horse.
Well, you just said you took the horse back.
No, I mean I took it back from where I tied it up.
You retrieved it.
I retrieved it.
That's the word.
It's a good way to put it.
Okay, so we're hustling. We're hauling ass.
Yeah.
Hauling butts.
Yep, you are hauling patooties. Are you guys headed towards the church, or are you headed around the church?
The church is on the main route to...
Yes.
Yeah, then no, I'd be heading towards
All
the
right,
church.
you guys also run past the church. And you see a crowd of people, and some yelling, and some screaming, and there appears to be a commotion basically on the steps of the church.
You would say.
Yes, I would.
What's going on?
You just see that there's like a mass of people. There's like 50 to 100 people in a ring. It's Gen Con right now. Everybody's packed together as they're sort of here. You know, they sort of turn around and look at you, and they we don't know. There's something about the priest and the Baron. I don't know. You hear more shouting.
Are they inside?
I don't know. I think the Baron's trying to get in, and I don't think the father will let him.
Can I use all of my acrobatics to get to the front?
Yeah, I'd let you use that to push through.
Do I need to roll?
Sure.
I got a 24.
Okay. You are like the
DC
mist.
was 25.
What the hell?
You're like the mist. You just start pushing through.
You've never been to Gen Con, have you? No, it's not easy.
I'm pushing through too, but I'm probably not keeping up with him.
No. And are you on the horse? Are you trying to push through on the
I think
horse?
the horse would probably maybe
make some
sway
room.
some pokes
It might.
Roll me animal handling to try and force the horse through the crowd.
and not squash people.
Yeah, if you do.
Ooh.
Can't make an omelet.
8.
Horse.
9.
9. Horse is not a big fan of trying to move through that crowd of people. It's getting a little skittish.
Dive off and over.
Okay, you dive off and over. You want to make me a dex check?
I'm picturing I'm picturing Gimli get up on the back of a horse, run down toward, like, do a little leap and bounce off the head, and then crowd surf.
Yeah.
It's beautiful animation.
17.
Nice. So you sort of very nimbly flip off, and somehow you sort of
Crocodile Dundee's over some people.
Yeah.
you do catch a couple of things. You sort of slip. You're gonna fall. You tumble down. Get out of the way as you like dive bomb in between them. It's exciting. It's cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
You're not taking down an Oliphant, but it's still pretty cool for a guy in not quite full plate armor. So yeah, Matt, you're gonna get to the front of the line first. You see a number of guards with pikes holding the crowd back. So you've got kind of a semicircle right around the door on the steps of the Church of St. Andrel, and they're pushing everyone back. And beyond them, they look very skittish, especially as you appear, as they're sort of, holding their pikes back and forth. And behind them, you see the Baron, wild-eyed, covered in blood, holding this dagger that looks like it probably was a murder weapon since it's covered in blood.
Is it also the one that came from our friend here?
Which you don't know about? Yeah.
Can you make me...
I'm just asking.
Can you make me a
roll
roll
my
and
name on it?
make me a roll and add an intelligence modifier? Add your intelligence modifier. So just a straight int roll.
Oh.
He hasn't exactly been around long enough to know what my stuff look like anyway.
9.
It's just a common dagger. You don't notice it as far as anything else.
Okay.
And the priest is sort of against the doors, and he's plastered against it, and you hear Father Lucian just screaming in his face. He's like, "I don't care what you did. I won't let you have them. You're not coming in here."
Is the Baron trying to get in?
Yes.
How many pikemen are there?
Half a dozen. He continues. You hear him screaming as he threatens.
I'm not there.
As he threatens him with the dagger. He's like, all is not well. He's like, the only solace any of us will find is the grave. He's like, let me in, you son of a bitch. I'll send you to hell like I did your sister. And of course, the father is screaming. He's like, no, you can't come in, you monster. And Matt, if you do not act shortly, it is probably going to get violent, just so you know. So if you'd like to act,
Can I see the dwarf at all?
No. He is, you would have no idea. It is a massive.
What do I got to do to jump over the pikeman and get right to the Baron?
Make me an acrobatics check and make a real good one.
Oh,
That should do
25.
That sounds pretty good. You feel somebody's hands on you.
He pointed at the dwarf.
Okay, so you aerial through the air, right over the pikemen. Maybe even put a foot on one of their faces as you completely come across them, and
I want to be a kung fu fighter.
and you land right there, right next to the blood-covered Baron.
Could you have hit him on the way down? That would have been awesome.
No, I don't want to start with violence.
It's me.
And he actually will
you start with running away, Lucas.
snap.
But does he notice me? I'm imagining I kind of use my fall technique to land quietly, stealthily.
Oh no, that's not going to be stealthy. I mean, you like I
Would
said.
you like me to roll a stealth check?
No, I was just say at this level, you are you're impressive. You are not a Shaolin master yet.
I got +7 on stealth. I'm just saying, like it's.
I know. I'm not gonna give that to you because you flipped through the air. You just traveled a distance of like 15 feet. Flipped through the air and landed next to the guy. I know you could stealth and probably break his neck, but I'm not going to give that to you because you're only level 4.
Okay, well then I'm holding my nunchaku. I'm prepared for it, and I say...
You don't get a chance to say anything because he's just going to turn and swing at what he thinks is an enemy.
Okay.
And he just swings his bloody dagger at you. You get blood all over you, but you don't actually... I mean, he doesn't even come close. He just wildly swings at you.
Okay, I'm hitting to incapacitate. Okay?
Yeah, okay. You have that ability?
What?
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Right, no, I'm pretty sure he has a stun. I thought he had the ability to stun.
Oh, no, I'm stunning strike at 5th level.
Okay.
That's just like a one-hit knockout deal.
Not there yet.
I don't have it yet.
One punch me.
Does a 25 hit?
Yes, it does. Would you like to roll damage?
Sure. I got 11, and now I'm using my unarmed, my martial arts.
Go ahead.
24 hit.
Continue doing what you're doing.
6.
Okay.
So I just hit him for 17.
Yeah. So you felt someone brush up against you, and it's a little bit more than someone passing in the crowd. You actually feel a hand like going into maybe your coin purse, maybe a pouch. I don't know what you wear normally, but some sort of thing on your exterior where you would have some sort of pocket.
Okay. Smash it with a shield.
You smash. Okay, so you turn. I mean, just roll me an attack and just don't roll like really, really terribly. That's still probably good enough.
Okay.
You end up making contact, and you feel the hand flinch back.
Can I see whose it was?
You see sort of a squat, buggy-eyed, slightly balding man.
Nobody I recognize yet?
Definitely not. No, he doesn't look like anyone you know. And he's sort of, and you basically only notice him. He's sort of crouched down a little bit, and he's holding his hand. And he doesn't say anything to you. He just looks at you, and then looks like at your waistband, and then starts slinking back into the crowd. Matt, you smash the ever-living crap out of the Baron. You deal 2 ridiculous strikes. So you got your nunchaku then, yeah?
Yeah.
So you flip it around, you bash him in the face, you flip it back, you hit him in the gut, and you're like, okay, that'll take him down. And he's sort of staggering around. He's going to take 1 swipe at you. He seems to have just enough to be on his feet to take a swing. Does a 16 hit?
I have a 16.
Okay, so he hits. Lucas, what do daggers do? How much damage?
I think it's
1d4 plus 2. No, it's
plus whatever you were thinking.
So this blade sinks into your flesh for 3 points of damage. Sort of cuts into you. Really, really nice, blade.
Hey,
Cuts
blood
well.
brothers with your wife.
Like he's had practice with it lately.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Are you doing anything, Jeff?
Grab him.
Make me a dex check.
A dex check?
Yeah, just try and he's clearly
Okay.
moving away from you.
8.
No. He's rolling opposed. He quickly slips into the
Okay.
So he sort of glances at you, looks at your pocket, and then he looks back at you, sees you're going to try and grab him, and takes off. So you see the man look you up and down, and then run from you into the crowd.
Right. Is anything missing?
You feel your pockets?
Yeah.
Something in there that wasn't there before.
Something in there that wasn't there before.
It wasn't there before.
I'm continuing on to the church.
Exciting night, guys.
Through the
I'm
crowd.
trying to look and see what it is. It might be important.
Okay.
Later.
Open it! No, sorry.
Matt.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? I mean, I'm assuming you are going to attempt to incapacitate him again.
Yes.
Please roll just at least.
What are the guards been doing? Give me a little perceptive set.
Apparently not stopping you.
I mean, you got to realize you flipped over them. They're partially holding the crowd back because you hear people cry.
Because if they turn towards me, then the crowd would rush. Okay, got
Yes, so they're in a sticky
They're engaged.
Yes, they're in a bit of a
6 seconds.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a sticky wicket. You've sort of just assassinated the guy they're trying to guard.
Willing to attack.
Yes, please.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you hit the old man who's covered in blood? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, please roll. Yep.
We've got 10.
Sure, would you like to hit him on the way down?
Do I need to?
If you'd like, you don't have to. Hey, you hit the guy who's already headed towards the ground for more
Another
damage.
6.
Sure.
So you reach out and you sort of sock him, and then as you bring the you sort of punch him, and as you bring the nunchuck around with the other hand, he's already on the way down, and you just sort of push him to the ground with force. And so he's laying at the steps.
Okay.
And the pikemen sort of, and they sort of, they're lost. They have no idea what to do, and it is pure anarchy where you are. And Davun, you feel the crowd surge forward.
Do I have? I believe now speaking is a free action. May I say something?
We're cutting away from you, so
Okay.
you guys, I'm not messing with you. You got things to do.
He pointed at the dwarf.
Lestat and Pithur.
Yes.
You now have made it to the Blue Water Inn.
I open the door.
You actually see, as you guys get to the door, you actually see Erwin and Danica. As you push open the doors, Erwin and Danica are both standing there armed, sort of like,
whoa, easy. It's just us. It's just us.
Where's Irina?
at the name Irina, you see that she sort of pops up from farther back in the bar, she's sort of sitting at a table. Oh my God, what's going on out there?
Apparently the parents' house was set on fire. Something's going down at the church. We got no idea.
And you guys are they're inviting you in. They want to close the doors.
Yeah, no, we closed it in.
As you do that perception check, Lestat.
Sure. 8.
You ever feel somebody forge? Have you ever seen somebody forge something? Like do ironworking?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you know how when they take, they're working hot iron, right? And you take that hot iron and you just slam it in the water after you're done working it to sort of seal it all up. I really thought that was going to be a slow clap, like.
I think that's the first time you've been on mic doing that.
And there's lots of loud clapping afterwards. It's probably going to be cut.
Red line.
Doesn't mean it doesn't need to be cut. But that whole sort of just thought of steam and sort of the interaction of temperature and that sort of just weird bubbling sensation as you put something hot into something cold, right? That's what you feel all of a sudden. You just feel.
I feel like sick to my stomach.
Yeah, you suddenly just feel like everything's knotted up and it's hot and it's cold and it's uncomfortable, it's slightly feverish, and you just feel terrible.
Okay. You need to make boom.
I feel ill.
Yeah, but it's not.
I don't feel violent. I feel ill.
Yes, but it's not.
It's not like a rage.
No, it's not at all a rage. But it's not ill like you had something bad to eat. Like it's
bad feeling.
Yes,
it's
but
a vibe.
It is a vibe that is bad enough that it is making you feel physically ill.
Okay.
Yeah,
shiver up my spine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I immediately turn around and look at the door and think about the church, thinking that maybe I should have stopped there.
Maybe. Pithur, Irina's just, oh my god, what? Why are there only two of you? What's happened? What?
The other two went to the Baron's house to survey what's going on there. We came here to get you.
We came here to make sure you're safe.
Oh, well.
Probably not necessary to take you out there in that chaos.
You see her sort of, she's got she sort of got her cloak on and she sort of pulls it in tighter. She's like, thank you. No, the Mardikovs have been more than helpful and we're Erwin says we're fairly well defended here. So, I feel, well, if it's as bad as you say it is, maybe I don't feel as safe as I did a few moments ago, but.
Do any of you know anything that's going on? Have you heard anything? What's caused this panic?
Erwin turns at you and he says, he's like, I hear there's bloodshed in the streets. What's happened so far is that, I hear that the Baron has roused the men against... So anyone who's not paying attention, the reason why I can't form words is because, Jeff is flipping off Matt and silently giving him the death glare. So you're all filled in on that now. He says, my assumption is that the Baron has finally lost it, and he's pushed the men against the people. I haven't heard anything, but I don't know. Have you talked much to your friend, the priest Brassrocks?
About what?
Okay. Just know that we are prepared. We're prepared for this. We will.
Were you talking about that amulet thing? Yes.
You get sudden glares.
I found the thing. I handed it to him. I know he's got it.
He's like, dude, don't worry about it. We are prepared for these things.
Right.
I'm crying. I'm gonna tear up.
Just because I feel like it's important to know as people continue to look this, Jeff just revealed that apparently the letter that he found in his pocket from the bald man with bulging eyes, he just left the room to peruse it further.
It's okay.
Yeah, Erwin's like, we will be fine here. There are those of us who have anticipated that this might happen for some time.
If you guys are okay in here by yourselves, we can go check out what's going on by the church.
No, before we do that, what are you prepared for?
You got a mouse in here, I swear. You got to find that thing.
I'm getting you a cat.
You were prepared for some contingency. What were you preparing for?
Well, you've met the Baron. I've never really thought he was a particularly steady individual. I'm not sure what set him off. Maybe it was the presence of you gentlemen. Maybe it was something else, but...
I'm 90% confident that it was probably us.
Well, Davun and I have talked about this. We were concerned about potential power struggles within town. There are those of us who may not have power to take over ourselves, but are very concerned about what might happen. So we are not unprepared. We have provisions. We have weapons. We can hold out for a short time. But I wanted to let you know that she'll be safe here. Okay. We're not wholly unprepared for this. We expected something like this to happen at some point, if that makes sense.
Okay. I want to give a stern but not necessarily threatening look to say, she better be okay when we get back.
You have my word.
Is there anything else you can possibly tell us?
No.
Does it feel like you're holding back a little?
He shakes his head. You get the sense that the only way that either of his two boys, wife or Irina, leave this room is with his corpse on the ground. And to be perfectly fair, Danica and Irina both look like they could hold their own if necessary.
We know Irina can for sure. She's fought with us. Okay. Look, you want to go check out the church, man?
No, wherever we need to find our other half.
All right, so let's roll.
Okay.
Farthest door when we leave.
Perception check at disadvantage, Trey.
13.
Lestat looks strange. He looks distracted. Just for a moment, you're looking at him and his mind seems to be elsewhere.
But he doesn't, nothing is physically...
Yeah, just sort of, he seems scattered at the moment. Davun, what would you like to do?
I'm getting to the door of the church.
Okay, that's pretty easy. You push your way up there. You see chaos. At this point, people are threatening at the pikes. They're threatening to push people down. You can't take our church. We'll kill you. String them up. We're getting pitchforky up in here.
No, wait. What? The Baron went down.
Yes. The crowd is now... The Baron went down. The pikemen are terrified. So you see the monk standing over the top of the Baron.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd is surging. The whole screaming impetus of the crowd has been, this is our church, you can't take our church. They're people who've been fed up with the Baron for a long time, and this is their chance, they think, to string everybody up and get their revenge. So they're surging against the only thing between this crowd of 100...
Calm emotions.
Okay, go ahead.
Wisdom saves.
The 15, 20 people within your near vicinity all sort of seem to take that moment of reflection to go, oh, wait. The guards still seem unfazed. They still can't decide if they're going to run somebody through or not. Looks like they probably hit the DC. Matt, what would you like to do? Standing over the top of the Baron. The priest is there. He looks shocked.
Motion work.
You see Davun approaching the front, and you see him sort of... Is it somatic? Is it... Do you happen to know? He does a spelly thing.
Verbal and somatic.
Okay, you see him open his mouth and sort of gesture with his hands.
Please shut up. That's what he says.
And you
calm the down.
And you see if you see sort of around him, there are a bunch of people who sort of quell, but it's a fraction of the crowd, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's a good fraction. It's a sizable fraction, but
Mm-hmm.
So
sixth and eighth, something like that.
But there is now a barrier of people going, oh, wait a minute, in between us and the mob.
Yes, but they are of course being pushed from behind.
So I yell towards the door of the church for the father.
You don't have to yell. You're about 10 feet away from him.
Oh, like he's outside?
Yeah, he's outside holding... He was physically between the Baron and the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Father, control the crowd.
He's like, my son, I don't know if I can. I don't know that they can hear me over this madness. I mean, even though you and I are talking in normal voice, you guys are almost yelling over the crowd and you're 10 feet away from each other. He's like, they'll kill him. They may kill all of us. Something has snapped within them. I don't know what to do. I'm an NPC. I can't help it.
That's hilarious. Fourth wall break.
Inception style over fourth wall breaking.
You do see Davun standing down there, in between the pikes.
Okay. What's the Baron's name?
Valakovich.
I, as loud as I can, yell, people of Valaki, the murderer Valakovich is down. Lay down your arms.
Roll...
Your church is no longer in danger. And I gesture the father. Sorry.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
10 or 9.
I mean,
Why is it gonna be a disadvantage? Because they're all crazy?
Yeah, and because they probably can't hear you. I mean,
say it meanly and you let me use intimidation?
Sure, you can use advantage then on whether or not they get real riled up.
No, I'm good.
Like I said, between the spell and the yelling, you've at least got a bit of a barrier, but it's... You feel the circle of pikes getting smaller. All it's going to take is one person to slip, and you're going to have a stampede. If they cut somebody, if they turn, it's going to get real ugly real fast. Okay.
I tell Father to open the doors. I tell him meanly to open the doors.
You want some help?
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to yell fall back.
Okay, you're just going to yell fall back.
Well, if the doors are open.
Go ahead and you can use either persuade or intimidate, whatever you'd like to use.
Shit. 6.
He backs towards the door, but he can't decide whether it's a better idea to be inside or to be outside. Jeff, would you like to do anything?
I'm going to move up past the pikeman.
You're going to roll, please roll swagger.
And athletics to squeeze through.
No. I'm just. How are you? Are you just walking through like you guys? How are you getting through? I mean, don't get me wrong. There are gaps between them, but they're sort of swinging them back and forth. At anyone who gets close. Are you just literally going to try and walk through them? Are you saying anything? Are you doing anything in particular?
Gentlemen, I'd let me through. I'm probably your best bet to survive this right now.
I'll give you a persuade.
Where's persuasion? That would be a 16.
Sticky bandit.
Two of the guards sort of look at each other and they sort of lock eyes and they kind of nod. And for just a split second, both pikes move away to create a valley for you to get through.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you walk through it.
Yep.
So you hurry through. About that time, Matt starts screaming, fall back. The pikemen just start backing up. And I mean, the crowd, sensing blood in the water, basically start surging a little bit harder. You see some of the people that you calmed emotions are now getting almost knocked to the ground.
Now, what's the mob wanting?
It's a good question. I mean,
are they calling for the Baron's blood? Are they calling for the father's blood? Or what's going on?
give me a insight.
Knowledge effed up group thing.
13.
It's hard to say. Some people are calling for additional bloodshed. Some people are calling for, the Baron's blood. Some people are screaming. You just get the sense that this is a population that has been held down for so long that they've seen the first slip of chaos and they're losing their goddamn minds. There is a mob. There is no mob mentality. Somewhere in the direction of where they're looking is the source of at least each person's individual problems. Some people in that crowd probably do want to burn the church down. Some people are clearly screaming, "How dare you? How dare you? This is our church." I mean, others are just saying, burn it to the ground. The devil will take it anyway. Burn it, burn it, burn it.
Okay. I'm going to. I mean, the Baron's laying on the ground, right?
Yes, about 2 steps from Matt.
Okay, I'm going to grab him by the scruff of the neck, hold him there, and use thaumaturgy and yell at the crowd.
Okay.
I didn't know you had that.
To say what?
I haven't used it yet.
Say, Bilbo Baggins, do not mistake me for some conjurer of cheap tricks.
As he uses thaumaturgy, which is a cheap trick.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I suck at wording things, but I'm going to tell them that we have the Baron. We're going to go put him in the stocks like he's put you people in. And that this man, and point at Father Lucian, is the only person in this city who has had your best interests at heart and has done everything he could to protect you.
I will take a persuade roll.
Really?
Are you trying to set
And I'll
up
cast guidance.
You're trying to set up a religious theocracy?
Kind of.
Okay.
You got an inspiration if you need it.
I mean, 'cause technically
I will
Baron
use
is
my
still
inspiration.
The legal form of government in this town. We've just committed a coup.
I have been talking about that for a while. I
Well,
don't
you
get to
don't like
re-roll
that
that, do
I
I?
don't think so.
Can't you roll the guidance?
No.
No, he's one of the
That's better.
That is much better.
That is... Where the hell is persuasion? 19.
Okay.
Pretty good.
So as you guys walk,
Putting his inspiration back.
you
What
don't
happened to him eating Cheetos?
get an inspiration as soon as you use an inspiration.
Really good stuff.
It is really good stuff. I approve of it.
Okay. Just saying.
You guys make it there for the speech.
Cool.
You guys sort of get up there and you hear the dwarf. You can't see him because he's short. Even on the steps, you just hear this echoing, booming voice. And to be fair, it's sort of like a puppet. Like you can't hold him up by the neck too much. So you've only got his torso up.
Mhm.
You're a little short.
Yeah, that's all I'm...
The people
That's
in
all
front
I'm
are
wanting to-
really intimidated and cowed by your words. The people in the back just hear your words. They're not seeing your sock puppet version of him. But you guys get to hear the whole speech, so everyone heard all of that. And you sort of... The crowd softens. They stop pushing. They're not quite happy to go home, but now they're sort of standing around looking at each other going, what do we do now?
I'm going to start slow clap.
Open the
Wow.
okay. Tell him to open the libations for the festival tomorrow because now we celebrate a new government.
I'm going to tell the pikemen, you guys take him and lock him in the stocks.
And maybe make sure nobody kills him.
That's why I'm giving him to the pikemen.
I'll give you an intimidate with advantage.
Man, I can persuasion with disadvantage, and this guy.
He just silenced the whole crowd.
Well,
I silenced the Baron.
You did. You got it. 18, easy. I mean, you're going to add at least what?
2.
It's still 20. They hesitate to lift their pikes, but they listen to you. And you see, like I said, there were 5 or 6 of them. You don't convince all of them, but there appears to be at least one or two who sort of step forward and grab a hold of him. In that moment, you're not sure if the other 4 are with you, but you got 2 of them, for sure.
Good people of Valaki, is there a produce vendor who would be willing to lend some produce to chuck at this guy?
Interesting ploy.
Please be a man. Just stand up.
Hi.
He's already got.
Somebody answers with a tomato to the face of the dwarf.
He's already got the cart ready to go.
Food's kind of rare
It's always
around
a fruit
here.
cart.
We usually throw rocks.
No, do that meme. A guy in the back stands up, got a really nice leather coat on, scruffy
Is there
beard,
one?
holding celery, and it says, "I am vegan."
Is there a produce vendor?
Well, there is a produce vendor. Is a produce vendor standing nearby? Sure, why not? There is.
He's an angry produce vendor.
There is.
So
Bring that man forward,
Jeff's going whole hog on this. Okay.
He is your
and I will
king.
give him 10 gold.
He seems quite pleased with that.
That should buy enough produce to give all these people something to throw at this man.
You have successfully redirected the mob at throwing shit at the bloody and beaten Baron.
Lay a blanket down, and we can have stew later. as a team, everybody. Good job, team.
I like the idea that they're all sort of starting to move off, and Matt's like, yeah.
He said.
Go team!
What he said.
I knocked the Baron out. Let's not forget that. I would really like some stew later.
Please also acknowledge my accomplishments.
You're welcome, serfs.
Jeff, you can have an inspiration for that.
Boom.
Lucas, you feel better. You're not
Just
sure.
suddenly better
You're not sure when. You felt better for.
on the way towards the church.
You can't realize when, but yeah.
I just feel calm. I don't feel sick.
Yeah, no, it was just like. You know, you get like sudden after you eat like spicy food, you get sudden like heart. It was like that. It hit and then it was gone.
Tea-food indigestion stuff sucks.
I appreciate you being like, whoa.
Yeah, right.
And a little bit of.
Do I notice
smoke coming out?
I'll give you a perception roll. A lot of it's on the inside. It would be very hard for you to notice, I feel. Physically, he's...
I would love for I would want him to roll a saving throw against what he was doing and see if Pithur goes and throws fruit at the guy. And he's just so moved. That'd be kind of fun.
So the crowd disperses. And you guys are sort of standing there staring at each other across the way there.
Great speech. You really had him riveted.
Your enthusiasm is overwhelming sometimes.
We can't get rid of the hate. We gotta direct it.
Right. I'm assuming that's
Way to
your
go, Donald.
Assuming that's your monk. Nice. He's pointing to the.
How's
bloody
Arena?
Thank you.
that just-
Thank you. I was quite proud of that. Did you see when I flipped around and jumped on that guy's...
Martikov's okay?
Sorry.
That was
Yeah,
sweet.
they're pretty set at the bar. Apparently, you've talked to them about
Some stuff.
stuff.
About starting a revolution.
They were somewhat prepared for this, and they've talked to you somewhat about it.
They
A little
called it
bit.
Operation Broken Arrow. It was weird.
Irena's
There were no plans. Just questions.
Do you remember that at all? Oh yeah, okay, you clearly do. Lucas, high or low?
High.
You see your own death.
That is a 00.
It is.
Very high.
Perception rolls from the two of you.
Two of who?
Davun and Pithur.
21.
My character's just whistling, looking at the sky.
12.
Pithur, Lestat, you look down and you see a bloody mess and you see a discarded weapon in the bloody mess. Pithur, you also look down and see it. You all look down and see it. I mean, it's hard to miss. And Pithur, you recognize that dagger.
Yeah.
What? Why was I rolling high again?
I was rolling to see if it was still laying there or not.
Oh.
And it is.
Okay. That's fair.
I will reach down for it and pick it up
Okay.
and hand it to him. I think he dropped something.
That's weird. It's not mine.
That's the first time you lie to me, and last.
What's going on here?
This is the Baron's, right?
No, this was yours.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, it says Lestat here.
It has my name.
Who the else puts silver on their daggers? It's stupid.
Last game. Like, wouldn't it just look like a normal dagger? Like, how would it be that recognizable? That's what I'm asking.
Because we've been traveling with you and seen you with it.
Maybe it's got a chip on the handle. Maybe it's got it. He also rolled a 21. If he'd have rolled a 14, I'd have said it looks recognizable.
He must have stole it out of my my waistband when we left the house the other night.
World's worst rogue.
Do I need to roll something for that?
I'm not gonna make you guys roll against each other.
You gotta roll a bullshit, man.
The problem is that there are things that everybody in game knows, and there are things that everybody as people know, and it's sort of a question of where you guys want to draw the line. And I'm not gonna force rules on either of you. So he rolled a 21. His character can be pretty sure of it. You guys hear a soft voice behind you say, "He slit his throat."
Sorry, who's that?
He said he slit his throat.
Who's talking?
But the father is.
Oh, right.
He appears to be leaning. He also is sort of coming down, and he's leaning against the door, and he's sort of slumping to the floor. He's barely able to keep his feet.
Who slit a throat?
Is he okay? I'm checking him.
Father Lucian is uninjured,
Okay.
but he is an emotional wreck. It's as if everything crashed on him all at once.
Mm-hmm.
He slit my nephew's throat. Sometime a few hours ago, I guess. There was something of the altercation. He said something about you gentlemen, and then he slit his son's throat.
Oh my god. He killed your sister too.
One less necromancer.
I'm sorry.
I know. He goes,
You realize your
Thank
nephew
you.
was a necromancer, yes? Do you know that? That's a thing that happened.
I mean,
Hey, here's some salt. Pour that right in there, buddy.
he's just Father Lucian at this point is checked out. He's done. He's leaning against the door. He begins to pray. He's just staring at the blood of the outline of his brother-in-law, and every once in a while he'll look in the direction of the house, and then he goes back to praying.
Was I there for the whole dagger thing?
Yeah.
Hey, you roll.
No. I assume you guys are sort of in a circle on the church steps, kind of, and you did the dagger thing.
I'm gonna put my hand on Davin and escort the father inside and make sure that he's okay.
Yeah.
The father at this point is even more of an NPC than normal. He's going to do whatever you say. I mean,
Yeah.
he's totally in shock.
More of an NPC.
Double secret NPC.
Yeah, he's...
So let me get this straight. The Baron had your dagger. I point at Lestat.
Apparently.
How?
As he pushes inside, I'm going to push him up against the door or wall or whatever.
I push back.
All right, now we're going to have to start making rolls.
Opposing strength check.
Yep. Roll and add your strength modifier.
I will rage.
Are you doing an actual
If I had
attack?
a lighter, I would hold
No, but if it's going to involve a strength check,
Okay.
Can I use Dex to get away?
Why don't you
Get
take
out of the way
advantage of it?
instead?
I will allow you to roll and add your dex modifier if you would like to dodge instead.
19 plus 4.
beans.
I rolled
I rolled a 23.
22.
Whew. So
I just
the
barely
monk,
slip out of the way.
the monk, man, the monk sees something physically impressive. Like it takes a lot to impress you. You come from an order of f***ing monks, okay? But you see this guy. The door closes, and you see him Hulk rage. I mean, just veins throbbing out of his neck, and you see him go to grab this significantly smaller, more spry individual, who then just
That much smaller, am I?
you're what,
7.5 foot tall.
Well, the tieflings aren't that short.
No, but if you're 6 foot tall, you're still a foot taller. You're still
That's fine.
18 inches shorter than he is.
Like the comparison is you real life to Troy real life.
I don't think Troy's a foot and a half taller. But it is literally as if, not quite as if Troy were going to pick on Joe, but I mean, like it's.
Like Mark and I from work.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. He's a massive individual, and as he goes and you see him like just. If it were anything but stone, his impact would. It may we'll say it cracked the mortar a little bit. There's at least a.
Ooh, it's him real life against Fezzik.
Yeah, there you go. So Fezzik is probably literally a foot and a half taller than you. So he goes and somehow you catch his hand as he's pushing on you, and you use that momentum, and you twirl around, and you've got that dagger out right at him.
Come at me again. I'll shove this dagger right through your throat.
Pull a stunt like this again, and Bozak won't be the only one we lost in this party.
Snap.
Shaking him into his face boots.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, roll an intimidate on that shit.
No, there's no need.
Would the monk like to say anything? His friends he just made 4 days ago are now attempting to strangle/stab each other.
Okay, somebody tell me what the hell's going on here. What?
Don't worry about it.
Tell me what to do. You're the bitch.
You're the one asking questions? Don't worry about it.
If you haven't figured it out, he left his
I haven't. I rolled.
He left his dagger for the Baron to kill his son, and then apparently killed his wife. And now he wants to play dumb about it, but that's fine.
Is this true?
Oh, I made a decision. I don't like necromancers. Could have killed him myself, but didn't. Figured I'd let the dad do what he wanted to do.
So you'd rather incite a riot in an entire town, possibly looting and other innocent killings by accident?
Secondary consequences I did not think about. Yep.
At least he's
I
honest.
appreciate your honesty. And your candor.
I really wish I could do a snarky British accent. That's exactly what my character would sound like.
Davun, are you doing anything inside the church?
Taking care of the priest.
Okay.
Reading, checking what was in my pocket.
I can. Yeah. No. I figured you're going through the 7 stages with that one.
I'm wiping off the blood and putting the dagger back in my belt.
So after our talk, I
can add a dagger back to my thing.
I sternly shake my finger at the tiefling and say, "Don't do it again. I don't think the big one liked it."
Yes, mother.
Jeff's doing other things, so the action's totally on you guys. What would you like to do? You hear cries of mockery and ham-fistedry occurring on down the way.
I would like to excuse myself for a moment, and I would like to go record forensic data on the Baroness.
Okay, sure.
So
that's the thing.
I'd like to run over there and compare temperatures and just try to find the exact wound that killed her, and just the curiosity. I never pay attention to my personality trait is that I always ask questions. So
no, that's fair. He says, "Don't do it again," and then scampers off, leaving the two of you alone.
Do I have? I want to check the body. Stuff. Research.
You see now that the fire is dwindling down. It's nowhere near the raging inferno that it was. It's still burning. The parts of the second half of the house have collapsed now. It looks like the whole attic caved in on the second floor. There's no attic anymore. There's very little on the front. I'll say there is a substantial, because there is a staircase there, so it would have fallen on a major staircase, and Jeff did put water on it. So probably the front half of the house is actually pretty cool and available now, although, it's not much of a front facade anymore.
Is there little cat bones moving?
You'd have to go up and look if you'd really like to.
So the attic collapsed.
It did collapse, but I mean, you're not seeing anything from standing on the ground and looking up towards the second story, if that's what you mean.
Okay. Serious.
The body's cooler. It actually takes a while for rigor mortis to set in, so it's not, the body's still pliable, but you would know from your teachings that the body is starting, you're testing how flexible are the limbs, they're starting to stiffen. You're noticing that what little color there is in the extremities is draining. The fingers are becoming paler, the toes are becoming paler, did you leave the body, I assume you left the body
I kind of ran off
face up.
Yeah.
So you're just examining it. You don't notice anything strange. If you'd like to give me some sort of investigation? Yeah, if you give me an investigation roll, you could look at the body some more to learn some more.
Give him an idea roll. He's trying to screw him up.
8. It's really impossible to tell what wound actually killed her. I mean, because
so many.
Not only are there so many, but they were violent. They were not. You've seen death when it's been military and precise. You've seen death when it's been in anger. This is something. This is homicidal. This is enraged. This is horrific, to put it mildly. So multiple organs have been punctured. Things have been cut and sliced and diced over and over and over. On the bright side, you get to look into some internal organs you don't normally get to look into, and see the trauma that they've suffered. So you got that going for you.
Okay, just checking it out. Anything on the body?
A key to the house. She probably wouldn't carry anything on her.
Yeah, okay.
Is the door still locked?
There's not much of a door on the front side. There's probably still enough that one swift boot would bring it and part of the second story down.
Is it reasonable that there would be a cellar in the place?
You have been in nearly every room in that house.
Oh, yeah.
If there are like 2 rooms, I think, on the first floor that you've not been in. Unless there's one in there, then you wouldn't think so.
All right. Well, I was just satisfying my curiosity with the character, so I'd probably go back and regroup.
Davun, are you doing anything during this time?
Is there anything I need to be doing?
It's up to you.
What's everybody else doing?
You've never seen anyone else come into the church. I don't think. Are you two still standing out, just staring at each other?
No, I'm going in the church.
Okay, you've gone in the church.
Okay.
I'm going for a walkabout.
Okay. You want to walk about? So Pithur does come in a few moments after you go in, so you've just got him settled. You're probably in the midst of doing some light reading as he comes in the door.
I'm going to tell the priest they're going to be looking to you.
I mean, he nods. Yes.
I know that you just lost your part of your family. You are going to have to pull yourself together.
He just nods. You think some of it's getting through.
Okay.
Pithur, would you like to do anything?
Yeah, I'll walk up and join them, and I guess he finishes speaking. I'll kind of like turn to the priest and be like, Father, if you would help me to pray right now, I need your help. Partly just trying to further help.
No, I think it's
very
a good call.
Yes.
Give me persuade with advantage. I guess is the only thing I can really think of. He's going to need a little coaxing, but not much.
Charisma.
Yeah, but I assume persuade he might actually have some points in.
17.
Yeah, no, he said he's sort of in a seated position, maybe in a pew or something, and he sort of like half stands and half tells you to kneel, and sort of he's going through the motions. He's trying to make it about you, obviously, because that's what he does. He's clearly not doing that. This is more for him, but I think he gets the idea that that's your intention anyway. So the two of you begin to pray to St. Andrew. Are you joining this, or are you...
Sure.
Okay. So the 3 of you are praying to St. Andrew. Lestat, you are on a walk about.
I'm actually heading back to where we saw Octavio go to that door. I'm going back to his alley.
Okay. You can go back to that alley.
Knocking on the door that he went in.
He didn't go in a door.
I thought he did.
No, he walked around the corner.
He said he was leaving town.
Yeah, but that was this morning. I don't know how he walked.
I'm
looking for him. Like I thought he went through a door right there.
No, he didn't go through
He's
a door.
supposed to feed his tiger.
He did say he was going to feed his
Is there
tiger.
a door around that corner?
No. Give me...
And I bet I know where that is now because I re-listened to the podcast.
But you know
Is there any way I can track it?
Where's Tiger is?
Give me a... We've been using history, even though it doesn't really apply. Give me a history roll at disadvantage because you don't remember.
I rolled 2 8s plus 3.
You get the sense that you kind of have an idea where he would be, but something's tickling the back of your mind. You're not quite sure. So you just begin to wander.
I'll just head the direction I think it might have gone.
Okay. You begin wandering.
Yeah.
You wander.
I mean, there are absolutely no doors anywhere around.
Oh no, there are plenty of doors.
Okay.
Are you just going to start trying random doors then? I mean, you're walking down an alley. That's up to you. Would you like to try random doors?
Yeah, I'll knock on the door.
Okay. Knock, knock, knock.
I mean, a lot of these people are probably out in the street, so...
You don't get an answer?
Let's go down to the next one.
Okay.
Keep knocking until I get an answer.
The next one, an elderly woman opens the door and sort of goes, ah! And starts to shut the door.
It's alright, just need a little help.
She's got the door, like, barely cracked. She's leaning into it. You can't even see her because she's, what do you want, demon? Go away.
Do you know Octavio?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Fair enough. I'll just keep moving on.
Okay. You gonna knock on another door?
Sure.
Okay. Knock, knock, knock.
It's gonna keep knocking.
This door actually swings open.
It swings open on its own?
Yeah, like maybe it wasn't latched, so you kind of bang, bang, and you sort of push the latch.
Hello?
You banged it too hard.
No response.
Is it dark in there? I can see it's dark.
Yeah, you can see in there. I mean, it looks like you're kind of in. I mean, these are sort of buildings, but you get since you're in an alley. A lot of these are probably storefronts with homes behind them. You know what I mean? Right. So it's a one family room kind of thing.
Nice. I don't see anything that stands out to me as a quote Rictavio.
Not necessarily.
I mean, I'll go in and just have a quick look around.
You step up, and as you go to step in,
smell like tiger.
No, you become violently ill.
From walking inside?
You don't make it inside.
Okay.
When violently ill means he threw up.
Like I just start retching.
So, the door swings in, right?
Yeah.
And door swings in, you take that step up and you go to step into the house, and as you do, it's like you're hit by a freight train of nausea and pain.
I step back up.
You don't have a choice. You're pushed back out.
I'm pushed back out. Do I feel any different once I'm out?
Give me a perception roll.
5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Sorry, 9.
You sort of, just feel it's white hot and it's pain, and you're just like, oh god, and you sort of, at some point it stops, and you're not sure when. But you're like, oh god, it gets lesser, and then it just falls away.
I'm starting to think your character has brain cancer
while I'm outside.
Yes, when you backed away. I mean, you backed away quickly, and you sort of banged into the wall and sort of slid amongst some trash. And
I feel like I figured this out as a character, as a player, and I'm not sure if I'm right or not. But it's just a feeling I have.
Well, what would you like to do? Your character has experienced an event.
Yeah. Also, I'll head back to the tavern.
Would your character attempt to figure anything out about that? Would your character attempt to
Rictavio?
Okay.
So figure anything out about what happened to you?
No, like talk it out.
Your character could have an inner monologue. You are your character, so it depends on... You are not metagaming by going, I think that it's X.
I mean, in my head, I'm thinking, God, every time I walk through a doorway, I feel ill. What the hell's going on? And it's almost as if I'm not supposed to walk in anywhere. When I think of vampires, do I think of they have to be invited in?
Do you have some sort of bizarre knowledge roll? Let's call it better yet, roll me an Arcana.
That's 5.
You don't know about vampires. There are lots of potential reasons why someone would have trouble crossing a threshold.
Right. I'm going to head back to the tavern.
Okay. The monk, you have finished examining the body at this point. Where would you like to head?
I'd like to lay the body in like the right repose for,
That's fine.
Dead person. I don't want to leave it looking disrespectful. Shut the eyes.
Yeah.
The twigs off her. And then I would go back to where I left my friends.
Are you leaving the body there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we killed the coffin maker, so...
You didn't kill the coffin maker.
I'm sorry, we burnt his stock.
You did do that. Are the three of you in the church doing anything?
I mean, I really wasn't there for all of the stuff that he said, so...
What stuff?
The priest talking about... He made reference to the bones, but I wasn't there to hear that.
Oh, you're talking about...
the bones are here.
I know, but I just mean...
Yes.
Just now he made an illusion
the Baron,
that the Baron was there for the bones.
Some of the things that the Baron was screaming,
okay.
He's interpreting that as the bones.
So as this is
was I there where I could hear that, or was I too far away?
No, you would have heard that.
Okay, I'll ask the priest about that.
Oh, he sort of breaks off from the. You guys have gone from prayer now to just sort of subtle meditative silence. I'm sorry, my son. What about the bones?
What did the Baron want with him?
He was, and you can tell he's choked up trying to talk about this. He said he began by screaming. I was drawn out into the road by the screaming. He was parading down the street with a few guards, screaming to the people about how all was not well. He was talking about how the only way to escape this place was to end the suffering. He was encouraging the people to kill their children as he had, to mercilessly slaughter their spouses and loved ones, that there was no sense in resisting the awfulness of this place, that he must simply commit to death. I think that he saw this place as a symbol of hope and wanted to rid the people of any hope. Only in the fullest despair would they end their own lives, I feel. Yes, Matt?
Can I retcon and say I did bring her body back? Because that's probably what I forgot the priest's brother.
Sure, yeah, you can do that.
I would take her to the church with me, that's all.
Okay.
Or wrap her in a blanket or something. So
So
go back to the Jim Jones talk, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Give me a...
I do what I can to keep her insides inside of her.
Yeah, no, I get you.
And to spare the priest the, gory...
Give me a perception roll.
Nope.
You're not able to... Huh?
I said big no, 6.
You're not able to find anything really suitable, but you're able to find something sort of laying in an alley somewhere. I mean, it's grimy and discarded from others, but you're able to... Well,
it's better than her gallbladder, right?
That's... Okay. I mean, yeah, that's the assumption that you've made.
Sheet doesn't
Yeah. You guys are sort of... sorry, were you wanting to continue any of that, Davun? Beyond that explanation, or did that satisfy what you were looking for?
No, that's fine.
You monster.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Pithur?
I just assumed that we go back to the tavern.
Yeah, sure.
So,
make a point to the priest that this place needs to become a beacon of hope.
Yes. I believe that in his madness, that is what he saw it as. Perhaps in these dark days, more will fill the pews of St. Andrew. I mean, you know that this is not... You've attended service here. No more than a dozen people out of the hundreds that live here show up, but he's going to take that under advisement. It's getting darker now.
I was going to say, halfway to the tavern, I would stop.
Hammer time?
And start thinking about religion and my condition, and decide to turn back towards the church, but try to avoid these folks.
Okie dokie.
If I can take, I'm sure there's a separate route I can get around there.
So let me try and draw this. So in the air here, I got to do it backwards for you guys. So the church is sort of here to the west, right?
Sure.
Town center is over here. Up here is the inn. Mm-hmm. So if you were sort of Rictavio, you sort of lost him over here. So if you sort of walk this way, and then you said, "No, I'm going to go to the church." You could either head straight west and come behind it through like some side streets, or you could go back down and take the main road. If you were intending to avoid them, you could come around the backside.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
I'm making sure we detour through the town center.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I assumed you would. The question is, probably as you guys are preparing to leave, Matt arrives with the body of the Baroness.
Father, I'm sorry for your loss, but where shall I put your sister?
He seems to lose his footing a little bit. He sort of leans back a little bit. He swoons. He doesn't want... He kind of closes his eyes. He's not ready to look at her yet. And he sort of indicates a direction. He's like, we have a... Off to the...
I'm going to take 10 minutes and cast Gentle Repose.
Okay.
Yay. She's like clean now.
No, she's not clean, but she's not going to start stinking.
Yeah. She's
she also can't be raised. She can't be raised as undead.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, too, the 10 minutes, I would like to. I'll mop up. Clean off a lot of the gore.
Yeah. No, you guys can definitely do that. He sort of indicates off to the back in a sort of past this in the sort of the sanctuary side off that there's a little spot where they sort of rest the bodies, and so you can rest her there. Gentle repose, clean the bodies. 10 minutes go by. Would you like to do anything, Pithur? Is he just sort of standing there, trying to keep from throwing up? Nothing in particular?
No.
Okay.
Just take 2 pews and smash them together with your big muscles and say, I made a coffin. I don't know why you just sounded like the monk.
Lestat, you sort of, you come around the backside of the church. You can see that there are a couple of forms moving within it through the stained glass windows. Okay. You guys do your thing. You've got plenty of time to do it, so I'll even give you advantage. Roll me a stealth.
8 plus 6 is something higher than 14.
Okay, what would you gentlemen like to do?
Well, I'm just strike up conversation while we're taking care of the body.
The two of you would be conversing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, that was quite horrible.
I don't know. I think it could have gone a lot worse than it did.
I'm just trying to replay. Everything happened so quickly today. We just came back from the
Vishtani?
Came back from the Vishtani, and it was just action.
Mm-hmm.
I think a good dinner is in order, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's meatloaf.
You want stew?
Oh yes. Can we swing by the stocks on the way back to the?
That
inn?
was my plan.
That's a great idea. We have stew. No, we'll make stew.
Baron stew.
I'm trying to give somebody an opportunity to find a letter in their pocket.
I already had time to read the letter.
I'm trying to engage that person in conversation. No beans. Well then.
Okay. Fun. I'm having fun. Is everyone else having fun?
This is fun.
Yes.
Tell me about your childhood.
So we'll leave that go. You're not doing anything. You're hiding. You guys finish with the body. You all return, swinging past the town square. Yes.
Yep.
You think it's trippy that we're all gonna look like this someday? All dead and stuff.
Yeah, I just picture that you're morbidly fascinated.
Yeah.
He's like, normally the when you get an injury like this, like, you know, the death clearly comes from this, but you can tell here by the perforation of the bowel and the punctured lung, it is impossible to determine whether she drowned in her own blood or in her own shit. Like, I just imagine you're just...
Your impression of me is horrible.
Just imagine that.
No,
that
actually, it wasn't bad.
That's close.
Eat a bag of dicks.
Clinical dicks. Patootie dicks.
No, clerical dicks.
You guys leave. And I'm going to actually follow them to the town square first, because I
Go for it. You leave.
this is going to be a minute. I have a feeling. Okay. You guys head back towards the town square. The town square seems relatively empty. You do see a bloodied and battered Baron locked in one of the stocks.
So he is still alive.
He is still alive.
Is he awake?
No, he's not.
Took quite a bit of damage.
As you guys get close, yeah, there was some tomato flinging and stuff. May have been some like chunks
Rock
of
throwing.
wood and some rocks. Like he's pretty battered.
Somebody shoved some rocks inside the tomatoes. So.
Is there blankets? Did somebody put a blanket down?
No, nobody put a blanket down.
Can I roll
He's
perception to find fruit that's not so gross?
Sure.
And stews?
It's getting dark. Do you have dark vision?
Oh, I got a nat 20.
That'll do it.
Do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Yeah. You find that there's some fruit that would probably somebody forgot to throw it. Somebody forgot to throw it when they saw this nice pile of healthy rocks. So you find some vegetables, some fruit.
Hey, Brassrocks. Since you kind of already paid for all this, can I take this back to the inn with us?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm going to have a tomato you want.
No, I'm good.
The parsnips look delicious.
Is there a trough at all nearby?
Oh yeah, I mean, how?
Building trough?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a couple of outside every building.
Horses.
Drink out. We're not at the f***ing racetrack.
Can I also maybe find a bucket?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it might take a few minutes to search for it, but yeah, there's probably a bucket lying around.
Waterboard him?
I'm gonna waterboard him, but
Now he's gonna waterboard him.
Now that you bring it up.
Yeah, you can splash water in his face.
yeah.
Hey, what? All is not well. All is not well. All is
I'm just gonna
not
remember some
well.
of the specific language he used towards us earlier.
You, where you were the salvation. You were the heroes of Valaki. It was you. You inspired me. Solution is not fighting it. It is not feigning happiness. It's through pure, bloody death.
Turn. Did you need anything out of him?
No.
I'm gonna knock him out.
Huh?
There's an accent you're missing.
He was a little snooty. He's lost a lot. He's you hit him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he's in the stocks. He can't do anything. You just wallop him.
Okay.
Can I put a carrot in his butt?
Feels good. You kind of want to do it again. Are you guys doing anything else? You've sort of knocked him out. You sort of confirmed.
I'm kind of doing that thing where you like pull out your shirt like that, and I'm filling it with veggies and stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
If you're not too choosy, there's plenty of morsels that are just a little dirt
Hey,
covered.
I got D20 dark vision. I'm picking only the good stuff. We are eating fine tonight. We earned it.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that he didn't need healed up so that he could enjoy this.
Oh no, he's enjoyed quite a bit of it, and he is still doing fine.
Okay.
Excuse me. Sure.
So you three are going back to the inn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are the pikemen still guarding him?
No one's there.
Okay. They're fired.
On my way back, could I return the horse or is it gone?
It's probably gone.
Okay.
Yeah, when you jumped off it in the crowd, I'm sure.
But I appreciate the thought. It's a thought that counts, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go back to the inn. I'm good.
Okay, you fellas go back to the inn. Let's go back to Lestat. I'm curious to see why religion is suddenly provoked in the demon spawn.
I knock on the door.
I mean, the door's open. I mean, it swings open.
Father.
He's not immediately right there.
I don't step in. I just say, Father. Loud, a little louder.
I mean, if you're intending to attract his attention, after a few moments, you'll get to him.
Yeah.
Yes. How can I help you?
Can I speak with you?
Sure. Are you look unwell? Are you okay?
I'm quite unwell.
I don't know what I can do for you, but
I don't service your kind.
he does seem a little confused. Please come in. The church is welcome to all who are, of pure mind and heart.
I start to take a step into the threshold and stop. Think about the fact that he asked me to come in and step in.
You're like looking for it now?
Yeah. I'm very much looking for it now.
And maybe like, you know how when you start looking for an illness, you're convinced an illness is there?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look hard enough, you feel a little uncomfortable, but then you're kind of
definitely not at all like when I walked into that.
No, it was not a violent reaction.
Is the door, I mean, the door's there, right?
Yeah, no.
I mean, I'll just close it.
Okay. He's like, yes, please come in. What can I do for you?
And I sit down. What do you know of possessions?
Possessions? I don't understand. What do you mean possessions?
Perhaps not demonic. Perhaps not demonic. Perhaps not ghostly. Have you ever known someone to change as a cause to their actions?
He doesn't say anything. He just turns and looks, and you see in a corner off to the side that his sister is laying there in repose.
Right, but does he realize that I did that? Like,
no, he's... Okay. Give me an insight roll.
9, 13.
He saw that happen today with his brother-in-law.
Right.
He's like, I think what you speak of is something that happens occasionally in this valley. It is a constant fight, my son. You must fight those inner terrible feelings.
I don't mean mental changes, physical changes.
My understanding is that these changes can manifest themselves in any number of ways.
You see these ridges around my brow? They weren't there a couple days ago.
He swallows pretty firmly. I'm not the most...
You're the only man I know, other than the dwarf, who at this point probably doesn't feel like speaking to me for other reasons. You're the only man of religion that I have nearby.
I'm sorry, son.
Do you know anything of nightmares?
Yes, there are many people who suffer from nightmares.
Do you know of any way to determine what they mean?
Dream interpretation is difficult. Many, even the holiest of priests and priestesses must study for years to know whether or not a dream is divinely inspired. I do not know if you suffer from dreams. I apologize. I always counsel my flock that the best thing that you can do is reflect on your actions and determine what you have done, what you could do better to allow things in the past to be gone and work towards being a better person in the future.
What if I told you I've been seeing things, these visions, these dreams, and in turn, I've had physical changes, such as, again, these ridges. Suddenly I become ill when they turn rooms.
That is...
Do you know this to be anything in the realm of the Dark Lord?
Dark Lord?
You know, the guy up on the mountain. He who must not be named.
I think... Personally, I think that perhaps everything that has happened here is affecting you. And it's understandable. I don't know that it is a physical manifestation. The real question is, do you truly believe that these dreams are telling you something, that they are contacting you, some other entity,
Yes.
then I would counsel you to seek out their meaning and proceed as best you can. Regardless of whether you're speaking to some god or some demon, there's little I can do. Truly, it is your own fate within your own hands. At least, that is what I believe.
Do you know of anyone else in the land, an expert of some kind in this type of, dare I call it, magic?
The Vistani would tell you a few things about dreams. Whether or not it's any truer than it's like, I will not deceive you. I know nothing of interpreting dreams. But,
Do you trust the Vistani?
I think that you should be careful around the Vistani. The Vistani will tell you what they think is best for them. Lucas asks an interesting question, and now I must consult the book. There are many more educated than I. The Abbey at San Markovia is one such place where knowledge is kept. Now, whether or not they are experts in dreams or physical... let me ask you this. I would ask you this of any other flock. In the dreams, you are changing, yes?
Not in the dreams, no.
But you think...
I explained to him the dream, the first dream. I was touched by a shadow and what have you. The second dream, I climbed a mountain to reach something I couldn't tell what it was.
But you cannot climb mountains now, can you? I mean, you can climb mountains, but this seems to me as if you were having dreams of flying or some such other thing. And while flying is possible, you cannot suddenly fly, can you?
No, suppose not, unless I sprout wings.
Yeah.
Demon joke.
Yeah, I know. No, I would say unless you can suddenly climb sheer cliffs or something, I don't know that... I think you should be careful putting too much stock in dreams. There are those who have been led quite astray by doing so.
All right. What about the physical altercations? I am feeling violently ill walking through the threshold.
All people grow and change. Perhaps you are changing.
Oh, I'm changing.
Oh, he's going through demon puberty.
Oh, I'm changing.
Just wait until he gets a demon boner.
Raging. Thought you could rage.
I would counsel you to think on your past actions, to look to the teachings of St. Andrel and others, and to follow your heart, to do what you think is best, to do what you know is best. And he sort of puts his hand out and rests it on your chest.
Do you know of any symbols, spells, anything that could calm these things?
He shakes his head. I am just a simple town priest. I am not one who practices magic. I believe and hold my faith, hold it dear, and use it as best I can.
The Abbey. That's where you said to go.
He sort of mulls over his own words. I think you should focus on you, my son. Do what you need to do. Do what you feel is right. If you think there's an answer there, seek it. But do not be upset if the answer is not there. The answer is within you.
Well, let me begin with honesty. I take out the knife, and I lay it in front of him. That's the knife that killed your sister, and it was mine.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. So, we'll go back to you three in the inn. You all make it to the inn. It's getting to be, it's definitely starting to be pretty night now. What are the three of you doing?
I go to the kitchen with my vegetables.
Okay, so you go to the kitchen.
Or at least give it if the wife is behind the bar or whatever.
Oh, Donica, she's around.
Can I deduct these vegetables from the cost of our meal tonight, Donica?
I'm just like, oh yes, thank you for coming in. You actually see that this also is a place of
Sanctuary?
Yeah, no, there are people here praying at the altar of Dionysus at this point. Like, there are some people here drinking. She's like, she's like, thank you for this.
You see some bacchanal delights.
It's very somber, but it is almost like a wake. They're not celebrating, but they realize that today was a monumental day, so they are acknowledging the fact that things will not be the same after today. So
Why we unite them as an army against Strahd. Come on.
What would the rest of you like to do as he walks in? Irina, of course, walks up and hugs each of you and is glad, particularly the monk.
Oh, it's good to see you, child.
She's like, I'm so glad you're all safe. Where's Lestat?
He wandered off when we were taking care of the body of the Baroness, I believe.
Probably conspiring in another murder.
What?
Let's not jump the gun there.
Irina, my dear, it has been a very long day.
Would you like a radish?
She's like, I am quite hungry.
They're fresh.
I'm going to meditate and go to bed.
Okay. Dinner?
Yeah, dinner. Totally.
Pithur, dinner?
Drink.
Fair enough. Either way.
Dinner.
All right. You begin drinking. You are meditating. And
I'm helping in the kitchen.
No, it's great. With like I said, the mood is very, very post funeral. I mean, everyone's sort of just very solemn and just sort of accepting what has happened. So the mood is not light at all, but is improved by your willingness to help and your willingness to drink and so on and so forth.
I make a big pot of stew and I take it out to all the people in the.
Oh yeah, no, she's not charging. They're not charging anyone for anything tonight. They're
providing. Up, boys.
Yeah, they're providing a respite. Thank you. Lots of thank yous, lots of nods, lots of calm acceptance.
Cumin. I use lots of cumin. I hope you like cumin.
You hear one guy in the back goes, "Human."
Cumin, you twit. Cumin.
Cumin.
One other guy. There's cumin in this.
Oh, well, that guy was right.
Hubert, you put
it's an acquired taste.
Anything else you gentlemen would like to do?
I will eat and drink and be merry. Today is a day of celebration. Maybe talk to some folks about continuing the festival tomorrow as a day of independence.
They all sort of look at you, and one of the maybe sort of braver ones sort of leans over and goes, We didn't really like those festivals anyway.
Those festivals were to give you false hope. Now you have a reason to have actual hope. You are now the free people of Barovia.
And you hear someone in the back corner go, "Nah."
What's so funny back there?
Just as this town has seen before, you will come and you will go, you will fix nothing.
Did your girlfriend break up with you or something? You're a little jaded.
Not jaded, just simply stating a fact.
Okay, well, that's like your opinion, man.
George caught on everybody.
He goes, this guy actually stands up on the table. He's a young man, fairly well dressed, a little intoxicated. He's like, people of Valaki, these men have disrupted our lives. They have perhaps, I'll give this to you. You men have perhaps done a good thing. Perhaps your arrival in this town, you people, you travelers, you outsiders have done a good thing in removing the Baron, but...
I'm sorry, real quick. We didn't remove the Baron. The Baron kind of removed himself from reality.
He is sort of ignoring you. So people of Valaki, eat your fill, drink up. The Mardikovs, as always, are fantastic hosts. But once these travelers move about to destroy some other town, we will be here to help rebuild. Our family has always been here. We will continue to be here.
I've got a wallet in my pocket.
And he sort of sits down. No one seems particularly pleased about what he says, and if anything, the room goes more sullen and somber.
I believe the people of this town will find the most solace in the arms of the church. And Father blah blah blah.
Lucian.
And like Father blah blah blah.
You hear another meh, from back there where he is sat down. Last time I checked, it took leaders, not bones, to control people. Yes. People need strong leadership, those to make the hard decisions. Last time I checked, a couple of bones and an old shaky priest are not good at making decisions.
Does anybody mind if I throw this gentleman out?
Give me an insight roll.
Insight roll. 17.
The room's kind of 50-50. Part of the room seems like they're on his side and they want to blame you guys as outsiders. And the other part of the room wants to stick up for you and think that it wasn't anything that you guys did. You're getting a very strong build a wall deleted emails vibe here.
You just completely dated this episode.
Yeah.
You are. Okay, so guess what, guys?
It'll still be relevant whenever it comes out.
Guess what, guys? Surprise, surprise, we record months in advance.
I just want to say congratulations, President Clinton. Should work.
Or, in case my friend Matt is wrong, I do not like him. All hail the Trump regime.
Don't forget about Gary Johnson. Shut the f*** up!
Where is this guy sitting in relation to, like...
My arm.
Oh.
My fist.
He's sort of sitting in the back up against the wall.
Well, I mean... I want to punch him out, but will not be punching him unless he wants me.
Okay. I mean, otherwise, at this point, the rabble dies down. But, Matt, we'll go back to the monk saying something about removing the people. Goodness gracious.
What's going on this?
No, this is the last snack I brought.
Yeah.
I would like one of those.
The moment's passed.
The moment has passed to punch him in the face.
No, I was going to say something, but it's kind of, yeah. Well, you waited too long to make the joke.
Fair enough.
I'm in there.
I know you're not there. I'm kind of...
Not either.
This is sort of settled. You're settled at the moment? Okay.
I stumped the booty, so...
Yeah.
What's the sleeping situation again? I don't remember. Are we all in one room?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Except for...
I have my own room, but...
Possibly the lady.
Well, she slept... Well, we all slept in there.
She said she was going to start sleeping with us.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess I'll go back to this dagger thing. Father Lucian just sort of crumbles right before you. He wails. He punches your chest futilely, and he just sort of collapses, sobbing. He's actually, and as you sort of set the dagger down, he sort of knocks it to the floor, and he sort of cradles it almost like a child, and is just laying on the floor wailing.
I mean, I make an attempt to console him. Hope have anything like that early.
Persuasion's probably the closest thing you've got. I mean, you're just trying to roll it at disadvantage, obviously.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, you did sort of cause this emotional outburst. It's going to be hard for you to stop it. Oh, which is unfortunate, because that was a nat 20.
That is an 8 total.
He doesn't shove you away, but you clearly get the feeling that you're now interposing yourself.
Right.
And you just stand there?
I mean, obviously, I'm making an attempt of this was my fault sort of forgiveness thing.
No, I know exactly what you're doing, and I think it's fascinating from a narrative standpoint. I think it's really, really cool. At the same time, I just don't think that the father's not going to take this at the moment. He's not going to. He has. You know this because you've been sitting here at the table, right. But everything that's gone into the last couple of hours was sort of building him back up,
right. And
this just sort of crushed him internally.
Right, which I kind of expected it to.
So he's broken. He's barely... The best you can get are muttered words of prayer.
Yeah. I mean, I just sort of say things like, this was never the intention. I did mention earlier that his nephew was a necromancer.
No, I mean, at the thought of this was never the intention, he looks up at you totally honestly. He says, what else do you do with a blade if you give it to someone? It doesn't matter the size of the crime. It's you passed on a weapon of murder, and murder was committed. What did you expect?
The reason I'm showing you this is because you told me to start thinking about me. That's exactly what I was doing when I did that. Now you see what happens when I think about myself.
He looks at you again with tears in his eyes. He says, I'm so sorry you were lost in this darkness.
Well, I'm quite lost.
I hope you can find your way out. He walks away from you now and goes over to hold the hand of his sister.
He's probably not even looking at me, but I mean...
He's not.
I'll just kind of give him a look of sorrow and me sort of hating myself for what's happened at this point.
You leaving?
Yeah, I'll just quietly walk away.
As the door opens, you hear him say, I'll pray for you. Anyone else want to jump in this sad show?
Nah, they're off on their own, right?
No, I'm just curious.
I only went off on my own. You guys are all in the tavern.
I'm a little lost at where to go next. So, is anyone motivated to go anywhere? Are you going back to the tavern?
I'm not.
I'm motivated to go to bed.
Okay. What are you motivated to do then? Where are you going?
Is there a different place to stay in this town? It's sort of a large town.
No, there's only one inn.
Literally one inn in this whole town.
I mean, if you think about it, for a couple hundred people in a place that doesn't get travelers very often.
Right.
I mean, the Mardikovs are more of a watering hole than they are a
sleeping establishment. There are no other inns that you've encountered.
Can I find a safe place to unroll my bedroll and just sleep it off?
I mean, there's some places that you would be able to give me a perception roll.
17.
You find a cozy spot that's pretty desolate. I mean, it's getting pretty late at this point, so
I know where there's a barn nobody's using.
What?
He says he knows where there's a barn that nobody's using.
That's actually kind of an awesome idea.
I was not going to suggest it, but yes, it would be.
I don't know, somewhere away from people.
Yeah, no,
The barn is actually an interesting idea.
You find a place to go and tuck yourself away and rest.
All right.
Okay. You are sleeping, so you're good for the night.
Yep.
As long as nobody comes in and stabs you in the butt.
Yep.
With a radish.
The two of you. What are you doing?
Eating and drinking and being merry.
Is Arena gone?
No, she's sort of hanging out. She looks tired. She's sort of hanging out, sort of esprit de corps. No, she's only staying up because everyone else is still up. She doesn't want to. You get the feeling that if you're like, hey, we should go to bed, she'd be like, yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of at that point now where I'm probably going to, go to bed.
Go to bed? Monk?
I'm a sucker for trends.
Okay. You go upstairs and open the door, and you see that the window is open, and the room is completely empty.
Like there's no beds?
No, I'm saying that Davun, who went to bed 2 hours ago, is not there.
Did you guys do a gameplay thing when I wasn't paying attention?
Nope.
Does it look like it's been forced open?
No.
Broken into?
Perception check.
Everybody?
Did you go to bed?
Just you. Yeah, I said
Oh, okay, I didn't realize you. Sorry.
19.
18.
You look around, you're kind of inspecting, wondering. You don't see any signs of, and you would know what it looks like to force a window in this inn. Doesn't look forced. Looks like there's a bit of rope just tied out the window, and you do notice something strange. It's like an odd, something odd. Sort of on your, so you've got your bedroll laid out on top of this bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of an odd lump that's not in the contour of the shape of the pillow that's there.
I'll throw over the blanket, I guess.
When you throw over a blanket, you see a familiar amulet sitting there.
Interesting. I will take it.
Under that, you see this.
I feel so much joy. Read it out loud.
No?
Well, it's for us. I'm with you.
I found it.
I'm f***ing right next to him. Roll a sleight of hand.
I will discern whether or not.
Roll a sleight of hand. There, I saw it. 20 on my perception.
Sleight of hand perception.
Huh? I have to perceive it. His sleight of hand has to be my perception.
Matt is making up rules.
Yep.
What? I thought
What?
it was an opposing strength thing.
You don't oppose.
How about we let the guy read the? He should be done by now. He's probably reading it a second time, trying to make sense of it.
Sound out the big ones.
Left
That's
to
so
right.
funny that you laughed.
Left to right.
Top to bottom, left to right. Good words of sentence. Take time off for any headaches. Might off for any cramps. I have Togo. I will be back if I can. If not, don't wait for me. I can't not try to save her, but I can't risk you all down. This is f***ing great, man. This is f***ing great. Okay. What does that mean? Is Arena okay? She's with us?
She's standing right there.
She's with us, so he must mean our previous companion.
You told me she went to her death.
We assume.
I would like to, for the podcast, since Matt sort of read it quickly and was gleefully laughing. Davun wrote, "I have to go. I will be back if I can. If not, don't wait for me. I can't not try to save her, but I can't risk you all. Davun." And sort of, just because I need to... Oh, God. We kind of assume you guys might want to call a break right there. You might want to go home and think about what the next actions are.
Oh, no. Play.
I kind of want to keep going, but I don't disagree. It's not a good place to stop. But.
To be perfectly honest, Jeff and I may need to record a tete-a-tete. Because Jeff has made choices.
Yep. Oh,
my shit. Oh my sweet shit.
To be honest, though, I feel like I would jump out that window and head towards the castle myself.
When does the missing episode air?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Beans. That's perfect.
Almost as if he planned it.
You were so good at this.
Thank you.
I want to hug you.
Man, it's almost as if he was like, I need something to get every character emotionally.
Don't take all the credit. I f***ing told you to do that too, butthead.
Well, you listen to that episode and you see what I gleaned from it.
Okay.
I said that I got to play with her. I didn't say what I was going to do with her.
Yeah.
You still don't know.
I gave you the motivation to do whatever.
You got no idea what's in that letter.
Real quick though,
a choice.
I thought we filled him in, right? Did we not on
who she was?
Yeah.
But what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna turn to you and like I'm going after him.
I can't go to Kresik by myself.
So here's the decision that you two now need to make. This is I need to know this. I'm pretty sure Jeff and I now need to play a secret episode. Because I need to know choices were made, and choices were made that I predicted, and choices were made that I did not predict, so that is important.
I love that you went and wrote. That's why you were in there. You wrote that note yourself. You stayed. You stayed.
And I left the room because I was pretty sure he wanted to hand me something.
Oh, it's magnificent, huh?
So what's for not cursing out?
No, I mean, this is like, in 2 weeks, you will know.
Yeah.
You will know my excitement.
And see, what's great is that's why I need to record a secret episode, because he doesn't know.
I know! I'm so happy.
You ridiculous human being.
The question is, what is Pithur doing at this moment in time? That is a very important question, and I need detailed information. He is standing there with Irina and the monk. He has not seen Lestat in hours. He has his pack. He has all of his equipment. The Holy Symbol of Ravenkind is laying there on the pillow. You have this note in your hand.
Oh no,
the window's
picked
open.
that up.
Okay, so you have the Holy Symbol of Ravenkind on you.
I don't know where he went. I can assume he's off, at least towards the way the carriage went.
And to be perfectly fair, Pithur doesn't even know that he got a letter.
Huh?
He never shared that he had a letter.
No, but he said he went. He has to save her. So
yes, but what I'm saying is this decision is out of the blue, as far as Pithur is concerned.
Yeah.
Okay. But I do think that it is fair for you to assume that he had in the direction of the castle in the middle of the f***ing night.
Have fun storming the castle.
Part of me wants to go there. Part of me wants to find the wizard.
I mean, you did say you.
Troy, I'm sorry.
I'm not. This is f***ing great.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the wizard be a bigger help?
Yeah.
Yep. The wizard might also become Jeff's new character.
Do you
We'll all step into a bar. There's an old man. Jeff starts talking.
Do you want to be off to see the wizard?
Yeah. What if we visit Strahd?
I will propose the question to Arena, but I'm going to assume that she's probably safer staying here.
She's kind of freaking out. I mean, there were 4 amigos protecting her. Now there are 3. She's already...
Only 2 here.
Yeah, now there are only 2 here, and one of them willingly left, and this place is in chaos. I mean, if you think about the last 48 to 72 hours for this woman, it's a wonder she's not having a mental breakdown. It's a testament to her fortitude that she is not.
I mean, I will offer for her to come with us. We're going to hopefully find somebody to help us take down Strahd. Reassure her we are not heading to the castle. Because I know she definitely doesn't want to go there.
No, she does not.
But if she wants to stay here with the Mardikovs,
yeah,
then that's not a bad move either. Plus we have a demony friend who will probably come back here at some point.
No, I feel like this is one long super episode. Like it's a you need some motivation.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm leaving. Just don't know which direction.
You can leave.
I like your hair.
Go in the morning.
No, I'm going leaving right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
You don't, but
been
if you wanted to, you
big
could.
day. The monk would like to try to persuade you to wait until morning.
That's not happening.
The monk would like to roll a persuasion to try to get you to stay.
Can you do that?
No.
I can't do that?
No.
Not against players.
I don't let players roll against... I'll let you roll combat rolls against each other. You want to physically restrain him,
No.
I'll let you roll that.
You can monkify him.
Or come up with a way to persuade me.
I mean...
You as Matt need to
It's
literally
been a long
persuade him.
day. Arena is weakened, and she needs to come with us, and we don't know where the tiefling is.
We don't know where the tiefling is. Pretend all of that was said in this voice. My bad.
Yeah, I'm unconcerned where he is.
I mean, we can't just go off all willy-nilly, the two of us and, a half-weakened human.
That's her choice.
We at least need the rogue.
Why?
Decoy.
Bait?
This group has shown me nothing but kindness, and I will do what I can to repay it. And I want our friend to be safe, but
I'm
we should
leaving.
probably not forget the other one. When we
I'm
go.
leaving at first light.
Deal. If the tiefling doesn't return by first light, I'm with you. We're going after the wizard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's what I
I need... Okay.
thought. Irina, what do you think?
She just nods.
You come with us?
She's trying to hold back tears.
Okay. There, girl.
She really liked Davun.
Pat.
So the two of you are setting off at first light. You're sleeping somewhere.
Yeah, my intention was to go back to the tavern in the morning.
That's fine. That's not a problem. I need to see what happens to him so that I know what happens next.
So you're calling in the night.
I think so, yeah. I think that I have got to, now that those decisions have been made, I need to see what the hell Jeff does.
Are you calling it a night for us, and you two are hanging out for a minute?
Yes.
All right. Let's get out of here as fast as possible.
Before we do that,
Yes, sir.
I'm going downstairs to talk to one of the two of them.
Erwin or Danica.
Yeah, just to let them know, like, if you guys are up, like, early,
We'd like a 6:45 a.m. wake-up call.
please wake us up. Like, wake me up.
Yes, that's not a problem,
As
Pithur.
early as possible.
Are you gentlemen heading out then?
Yes.
Okay. I understand. Erwin just sort of nods his head and walks back and continues cleaning up the bar.
Do we explain to him what happened?
Don't look at me.
Davun is absconded in the night, and I give him a gold piece and say, we need you to keep a weathered eye on the horizon for him, and keep any message if he does come back through. By the time we make it back, as we're going after him.
I understand.
Your hospitality has been so much to me,
Thank you, brother.
And see.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the most fucking exciting night we've ever had.
Yes.
Like, ever. It's fucking awesome.
No. Your perspective is awesome. Mine is magnanimous. Because I have a piece of the puzzle that you guys don't have yet.
Uh-huh.
You've got a piece of the puzzle that I don't have yet. Now I'm like equal parts amazed and pissed off.
Ain't it a bitch?
Yeah.
Our title track, Nocturne, provided by Sleep for the Weary off their new album, Nocturnes. To find out more about Sleep for the Weary, check them out on iTunes, SoundCloud, Facebook, and at sleepfortheweary.com. Join in the brothel conversation on Facebook. Questions, comments, and suggestions can be sent to between2crits@gmail.com. Like what you heard? Subscribe, share with your friends, and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. Most of all, keep circulating the tapes.